I want to talk about therapy, but I'm kind of drunk. It's annoying because I didn't really enjoy my drink. I didn't even finish my drink. We went to that Tex, no, not Tex, Mex Cuban place in Miller Place. I sent you a video of it, and it was hit or miss. They're new, so like the service was a little chaotic and inconsistent. I thought the chips were subpar, and the food, our meals were okay. They were fine, but they weren't impressive. But it was good. It was definitely good. So, um, but I ordered on their drink menu. They had Paloma, my beautiful Paloma, which is grapefruit soda and tequila. And I love this drink so much. And it was on the menu. So it was loud in there, but I was like, I'll have a Paloma. And she's like, okay, a Corona. And I was like, no, a Paloma, Paloma. And she's like, oh, Paloma. And I was like, I don't want any salt on the rim. Because for the Paloma in the description, it was like chili pepper salt rim. I would never want that on any drink. I don't like salt if I have a margarita. I don't like margaritas. So my Paloma tasted like a margarita. It tasted like a margarita. I think it was a margarita. It didn't. The fancy Mexican place in Farmingdale, which is far away, I've had two or three of them now, and they're just sublime. And they're fizzy, and there's a strong grapefruit soda taste, but there's also this kick of the tequila. And this like didn't taste like tequila or grapefruit soda. It just tasted like margarita mixed margarita. And so I don't know. I should have said something, but I didn't. Paul got like this drink that was like 5 different rums and pineapple juice, and but both our drinks were huge. I drank a bunch of mine, and I was like, I really just don't like this because I don't like margaritas. I made Paul sip. He's like, I can taste the grapefruit. I was like, no, you can't. But I drank some of it, and then I dumped a bunch of water just to water the margarita taste down. But then I did drink a whole bunch more, and I felt all drunk. And then we went to 7-Eleven, and 7-Eleven time was over, but we got slushy Slurpees anyway. And I got a Coke one. It was really good, small size. So anyway, but what I really want to talk about is that therapy. I had Dr. Allen, and then immediately after, not immediately after, a half hour, I had Danielle where her office is, and I was really late to his appointment. I'm really spaced out, and I thought I had all the time in the world. I thought it was like 3:30. The appointment was at 4:15. It takes about a half hour to get there. And all of a sudden, I look at the kitchen clock and it says 4:07, and I thought it was 3:30. And I started like hyperventilating, and I was like, Paul, you have to drive, you have to drive, you have to drive. And he was really resistant. He's like, why? Why don't you drive? And I was like, because you'll drive faster, you're a better driver, you'll just drive, you'll get us there faster. And he's like, all right. And then I go and I get Poppy all buckled in, and like, where is he? And he's like in the bathroom, he's getting changed. And those moments from 4:07 to like whatever, I was at 4:07. I could have just jumped in the car and gone, and been maybe less late. And so I feel foolish. And so then I get to see him, and he's like, we're gonna have a short appointment. I have to pick up my kids, and I was like, I know. And we talked. I was like, I'm feeling real depressed. And he's like, do you want to go back on the Wellbutrin? And I was like, no. And it was like doing that much. And I was like, maybe I'm just depressed because I'm withdrawing from it. He's like, I don't think that's the case. And we just talked about it, lowering this, upping this, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, have you ever been on Strattera? And I was like, no, what is that? And he says like something like, it's a norepinephrine reuptake, blah, blah, blah. He's like, it's not an SSRI. It's from Europe, and it's an ADHD drug. And I was like, just this afternoon, I was talking to Paul, and I was like thinking about asking you if I could get some Adderall, because I'm like, I feel like my depression would be masked, but so what? Like by having some energy, and I would lose weight, and I do housework and keep Poppy happy. And he was like, yeah, no. He's like, I think that there's too much risk for manic episodes. So no, I'm not going to prescribe Adderall. He's like, sometimes I do for people that suffer from depression, but so he's like, Strattera is a non-stimulant, it's not an amphetamine. I was like, okay, I'll try it. And then I look it up. It's like considered a smart drug, and some people do abuse it to get high, so it's a good sign. I haven't read up enough on it, though. It's interesting that it's an ADHD drug. Why is he doing this to me? Oh, but he wants to see me in 2 weeks instead of a month because it could tip me into hypomania. And I was like, hypomania is very hard to detect. I mean, I have days where maybe I am. Days where, like, and he was like, I know that it'll be hard for you to be objective about it. He's like, listen to the feedback of the people around you. If they're telling you that you're talking too much or talking too fast, you're not sleeping, you're not eating, you start spending money recklessly, notice those things. And if you feel like you're not having a problem, listen to people that say you are and come back in 2 weeks. I was like, okay. Seems like a little bit of a dangerous drug for me, but he said that it doesn't. It's like it can happen, it might not happen. So, excuse me. Then, then I had to. That was like weird and rushed. He had on the bed. Oh my god, his outfit today was so bad. His shirt was, it was fine, like businessman, Dr. Man shirt. It was crisp button-down shirt, and it was like a purple, blue, gray, like muted. It was nice. Belt, gray, slacks, and then the shoes. They were loafers with like little stretchy on the sides. You know what I'm talking about. And they were black, and they were tapered, almost pointy. And they were bad. And then his socks were striped in colors that accented his shirt. So stripes of mauve, purple, blue, maybe white, and maybe by themselves. It was just like so coordinated with his shirt, and his shoes were so bad that I almost laughed. It was bad. Okay, so with him, I was like, I'm feeling desperate. Am I your worst patient? Like treatment wise? Like most treatment resistant? And he was like, you're up there. I didn't want him to say that. I wanted him to be like, I was like, oh, come on, I've seen it all. Like, you're okay. She basically said I was one of his worst or the worst. And, so he was like, you're bipolar. your trauma history, your anxiety. He's like, I want to crack your safe. Yes, he did. He said he wanted to crack my safe. I was like, you can crack my safe right now. No, but so he sees me as a complicated, difficult to treat patient. So then that short appointment was over. Then Paul zooms down to what's her face's office, and we talked about what I just told you, maybe a save that needs to be cracked, and I was like, I'm so tired. I'm tired of fighting my whole life. I feel worn out. I'm feeling older than I am, and I'm tired of getting through the day barely. And she was like, you're doing really well, even though you don't feel like it. Like this, this way that you're preparing to express yourself to your sister is extremely healing. You're gonna break a totally dysfunctional, not vibe. That's like a word I would use. Relationship. And even if when you're done confronting her, and even if she doesn't get it, it's still up to you whether you want to maintain a relationship or not. But you're gonna put it out there. She'll take it or not take it. But it's like you'll have given it to her and freed yourself. She's like, that's gonna be really good for your mental health. And she was like, the trauma, the pain, the bad messages given to you by your family are stored in your amygdala. I know I'm saying that wrong. And she's like, it can be retrained. She's like, it goes really deep and it's difficult to unearth. But she's like, I think in 6 months, you're going to be feeling a lot better. She's like, I've been seeing you for 6 months and I've been seeing positive changes, like whether you can see them or feel them or not. Like, I'm seeing it. And I think that in another 6 months, you'll be seeing it. And then we talked and bitched about Carol Ann. And I was like, she was like, she's like, when I first met you and the way you were describing the relationship, I thought this is a really dysfunctional relationship, but I don't know if you'll have like the readiness to change it. She's like, and in a pretty short time, like you kind of snap to it and you're doing it. You're already doing it. And you don't have to sever the relationship. It's totally up to you. La la la. I feel like severing it, but okay. So I was like, I feel strongly. Like I feel numb about her a lot of the time, and I feel anger some of the time, and I feel done. I'm like, I'm tired of top down, wealthy, successful. Everyone loves her. Mental patient. Blah 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 about me. I was like, I'm tired of that dynamic. I'm tired of her not remembering horrible things that she's done. So I have that. I was like, but on the other hand, I do still struggle because she said that in the beginning. I'd be like, I hate her, but she's great. I hate her, but she's great. I mean, I still have that. So I was like, she's really confusing to me. And she's a very strong and powerful woman at her work, but really weak and doormatty in relationships, and the ones she has now and ones I've seen in the past. I was like, what is that? And then she took a deep breath and she was like, I don't like to be dramatic. I don't like to make dramatic statements, but you've heard of borderline personality disorder, you've heard of narcissism. She's like, anyway, I don't like it to put women in the borderline box and men in the narcissist box, but I feel like what I would call her is a sociopathic dependent. And she can prey upon your vulnerabilities. She's really smart. She can find them in people, but at the same time kind of act really innocent and weak. And that is sociopathic. And she's really needy, but she will twist the knife to make you need her. She's like, it's really twisted. And I want to talk about that more. But anyway, I gotta go. Bye.